Welcome back, everybody. Today we got a fun little game we're going to be playing with Dave. He's a new reader, so we're taking full advantage of this. He has not seen any of these book covers, and he's going to be judging them off of their covers. Yeah. I've taken the text off of the books, and Dave, you're going to be judging these books off their cover. You're going to give me a plot, and if you would read it. So you're just judging the covers.
All right, I will judge a book by the cover, baby.
You're going to tell me what you think the plot of the book is and whether or not you would read it.
Okay.
Okay? And then at the end, I will give you the actual plot of the book, and then you will tell me whether or not you would still read it.
Okay, I like this.
Okay, so first up.
All right, so we're looking like sci-fi-esque. Looks like some trees in the background, maybe like a Rings of Saturn or like a black hole type thing. I'm liking the respirator. I'm going to go with spaceman type thing. There's an evil empire, chosen one. Maybe he infiltrates the ranks of the evil organization, the evil empire-esque type villains, and it's got something to do with the planet with some trees, maybe the last trees in the galaxy.
Okay.
The last clean oxygen.
Sure. Dave, would you read this book based on the description that you've given it?
Yeah, you know what? Like anything, it's just the art, man. I like the art.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little robot there, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that's a robot?
It is. So this is the first book in Murderbot. So this is All Systems Red. This series is about a cyborg. I'm just going to read you the summary of the book. The series is about a cyborg designed to protect humans on a research mission. The cyborg narrates the story and calls itself Murderbot. It has developed independence from its original programming by overriding its governor unit and prefers watching soap operas over its security function. As it spends more time with more caring humans, it starts developing emotions that make it feel uncomfortable. Dave, would you still read this book?
It sounds badass.
It is. And it's a quick read.
You
could breeze right on through this one. It's
a
short little novella.
Yeah, I'm going to read it.
Yeah. Moving on next. What do you think this is, Dave?
All right, this is more fantasy than it is sci-fi. We've got Robin Hood over there off to the left in the tower. We've got brooding, muscular character down at the bottom with the sword on his shoulder. Main character right there with the pole and the bow on his back because he's proficient in multiple weapons, and a setting sun. I'm going to say that this is like a band of... Robin Hood's dead. Robin Hood's dead, and this is his band of merry men, and they're going off to fulfill Robin Hood's dying wish, killing all the rich people.
Okay.
Am I anywhere close?
No. So this is the Shadow of What Was Lost by James Easlington. This is a high fantasy coming-of-age novel and the first installment of the Lacanius trilogy. The story centers on a young Davian, a young man with forbidden magic in a world where gifted individuals are despised, controlled by strict laws, and living in the shadow of a war that occurred 20 years prior. Dave, would you still read this book?
It sounds like a young adult book.
It's not at all.
Yeah, you know what? I'll read it.
Okay.
I'll read it.
Moving on next.
Oh, baby,
cool, huh?
baby. We've got a dragon? Oh, what a body on that guy. Yeah, we've got a fetching dragon.
We've got a fat boy dragon.
Oh, yeah. And he's got...
like that, don't you?
Yeah, I like dragons.
Like the fat boy dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the orange sky, medieval-looking city. I'm going to guess this has something to do... It took inspiration from Aragon, that Dragon Rider book series with the dragon and a serious face on the book covers. This is going to follow a young... I'd say like late teens, early 20s male, chosen one who rides dragons, taking cues from Aragon and How to Train Your Dragon. He ends up befriending and taming a very powerful, underrated dragon that's rare, and they do cool things together, like save the world and stuff.
He's pretty close on opposite day. Are you ready for the actual... Would you read this book?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dave, this is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. It is a standalone epic high fantasy novel that acts as a feminist queer retelling of St. George and the Dragon. It features a divided world threatened by the return of an ancient wyrm, the Nameless One, focusing on four main characters across East and West navigating dragons, magic, and political intrigue. Would you still read this book, Dave?
I like fake politics in my book, not really real ones, so I'm a pass.
On that one,
I'm a pass.
Okay, next one.
All right, we've got a corridor with high ceilings, arches. We have a female protagonist this time. Her name with a sword, she's proficient in sword. She's dope. She's badass. She's a heroine. Her name is something no bigger than 2 syllables. And she's the chosen one. And she's got to delve into these dungeons and kill goblins and stuff.
Okay. So based on that, would you read that book?
Probably not, but I'd watch the movie adaptation.
Okay. So Dave, this is Throne of Glass. This is a #1 best-selling YA fantasy series about Kalena Sardothian, a notorious teenage assassin freed from a brutal prison to compete in a deadly tournament to become the king's champion, uncovering dark conspiracies and a greater destiny in a land where magic is forbidden. That actually sounds kind of badass, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would read that. Would you read this, Dave?
Based off what you just read to me, yes. I will say I'm a little cautious with YA fantasy and fiction just because I ain't no young adult anymore. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
I read The Way of
You
Kings.
ain't reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid anymore.
No, but
No more of that.
new book is out.
Next cover. What do we got here, Dave?
All right, we got some goblin-looking dude and a very fat-looking... Oh, you know what? You know what?
What?
I think this is The Hobbit.
You are correct. Ding, ding, ding. That is The Hobbit. But what a horrible cover that is, huh?
Yeah, this is,
I found the worst
this is
possible
awful.
cover of The
I'm
Hobbit.
like looking at it, I'm like, that looks like Sting?
Yeah.
And that looks like the cape that a Hobbit would wear? Why
You
is
ever
he
read
so
The Hobbit?
fat? I have
You
actually.
read The Hobbit? Oh,
Yes,
dang.
yes. I read it because I was excited for the Hobbit movies.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess that answers that question. Can you believe that's Smeagol?
That
That's Gollum.
it looks like a goblin, bro.
All right, next up.
Okay, another fantasy. We've got a yellow ship flying on a horizon of like a mechanized looking planet, like a Death Star looking planet. Yellow, so main character, very flamboyant in his style, very in your face, very witty. You know what? He's similar to the first book that I was talking about, where there's an evil empire-esque entity and they own this planet, and it's just him and his yellow ship, and he has to take on the bad guys.
Okay. So, Dave, this is Ender's Game. So, Ender's Game is a renowned military science fiction novel about Andrew Ender Wiggin, a young genius recruited into a brutal space-based battle school. To defend humanity against a future alien invasion, Ender is trained through complex zero-gravity simulations. He ultimately faces a final test that unknowingly dictates a real war, leading to profound moral... Well, that's just the straight-up plot of the book.
Doesn't
That's
he-
a spoiler for the book.
Doesn't he like blow up a planet?
He does.
Yeah.
Unknowingly, he thinks it's a simulation.
Yeah.
Would you read Ender's Game?
I've seen the movie. I would love to read the book.
Ender's Game is one of the best books I've ever read.
Really? Coming from Oz, that's high praise.
Ender's Game freaking rules.
Add that to my list. Does the book stand on its own?
It does, yeah. He only wrote this book as a prequel to the second book. Like, he only wanted to write the second book, but Ender's Game ended up outshining the second book by a lot.
Okay,
Fun fact, it's one of the few books the Marine Corps can read.
seriously.
The Marines can read Ender's Game. It's like the Bible and Ender's Game. That's like the books that they can read. It's pretty wild. All right, next up.
Oh, okay. This one is going to be a hybrid between fantasy and sci-fi. So it's like a sci-fi in the sense that they've got ships of sorts and giant monoliths, but it's looking a little Greek. This planet is Greek. We're going to go the Dune route with this one. There's going to be a house that a certain main character belongs to. He is chosen to be the chosen one because that's like a common trope that I'm a sucker for. I love chosen one stuff.
Actually not too far off.
It's a chosen one, and it involves a genocide of some other race.
Not quite,
Alien
but
race.
sort of.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume that there's got to be some Greek mythology tied in with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you read that book?
You know, honestly, and you guys can tell me in the comments down below, is there anything that blends fantasy with sci-fi like this? Would that be Star Wars?
I mean, kind of. Yeah,
I guess
even this
no.
to a level isn't quite sci-fi. Like,
This
they
isn't
don't go
quite
to
sci-fi?
space.
Okay, so there's no space in
This
this
is
one.
just a technology that they have that uses, it's called will. This is the will of the many. So the will of the many, they use will from other people, and that's like their magic system, and they're able to get that thing to fly. But the will of the many is a fantasy novel, again by James Easlington, the guy that had the other cover earlier.
Okay.
The guy with the bow. A fantasy novel about Viz, a fugitive prince in the oppressive Catalan Republic, who infiltrates the Republic's elite academy to avenge his family's execution by uncovering dark secrets and ancient powers, all while navigating a ruthless hierarchy that feeds on the life force, will, of its lower-class citizens, using Roman-inspired political intrigue and a magic within a gritty, class-structured society.
This is sounding a lot like Red Rising.
Red Rising?
Yeah.
Very, very similar. This is
Really?
almost like the fantasy version of Red Rising.
Okay, I'm gonna read that. That sounds awesome.
This is a better first book.
Really?
I much prefer this over the first Red Rising book.
Okay.
This was my favorite book of last year for like the majority of last year. I read it, and it refused to be dethroned until I read Lonesome Dove.
I am adding this to my list.
This is a great freaking book. Next up, that was the last one. So yeah, if you guys like that, let us know in the comments. Give me some of your choices that we could give to Dave, some obscure covers for fantasy books or sci-fi books that we can give him to read, and we can do a sequel to this video. Dave, I hope we added some books to your TBR.
Brother, you did. Almost everything that was on there was going on my TBR as soon as I get home.
Throwing up glass video could be kind of fun. We're already throwing up glass.
Maybe.
All right, we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.